Hi, my name is Ava Jamerson.
My name is Jack Edwards.
Okay, my name is Kyle, and I'm a double majoring in Chinese and also international studies, and I've been learning Chinese since I was 4 years old.
I'm a senior at UO, and my majors are business and Chinese.
I am a recent graduate of University of Oregon, where I studied economics and Chinese. And I've been learning Chinese since I was 4, on and off since I was 4 years old.
I completed Capstone summer of 2017.
The summer of 2017.
I concluded my capstone year winter of 2017.
The biggest skill I gained was to be able to learn more Chinese at a more professional level, because before that I was very comfortable conversationally, but if I were to do a presentation or an interview or write an essay in formal Chinese, that was a really big struggle for me.
The number one highlight for me for my year abroad was just all the people that I got to meet, all the friends that I got to make, not only from different schools,
but also meeting people from China, so like your roommates,
students at the Nanjing University,
your coworkers,
also
your teachers,
friends that you meet, at night, out in the town, nightlife.
I think the two main highlights that stand out to me, the first one is being able to take classes at Nanjing University, because even though we had like the Chinese classes, there was also the classes with like local students who were from China. And even though the classes were definitely more challenging, I think that the experience was really valuable. Going through the internship process in China, I feel like after doing that, it gave me a lot of confidence in being able to do an interview in another language. So if I were to do an interview in the US, it'd be like a piece of cake.
So my internship was called Read More Shanghai, and it was a nonprofit that helped with trying to get everybody in China to read. And my responsibilities were leading a English discussion group and also a English reading group. And so we would read books that were pretty famous in American or English literature, and I would also bring in topics about American society.
I interned at a digital marketing company called ASAP Plus in Shanghai. My responsibilities at first, it was a lot of translation for the content because the clients couldn't read it in Chinese, so I would translate it into English. But as I continued working there, I started doing weekly reports, quarterly reports, competitor analysis. I would sit in on the client calls every week, and then while this was going on, there was a bigger project of trying to create a website based in China, because a lot of the clients from China couldn't really access the European or American websites, so that was one of the bigger projects we were working on. But yeah, it was just a lot of maintenance, website maintenance, WeChat maintenance, and reports.
I interned at an optics company in Nanjing. I knew nothing about optics. I was a sales intern. I knew very little about sales, but just being kind of thrown into a Chinese work environment and culture, and learning the professional vocabulary and just general culture and how to act and what is expected of you, I think was really important.
Everything was new to me, so during that internship period, I feel like all the skills I gained were new, and so I think that was really valuable too.
The last day of my internship, they had actually gotten together and they all had planned something, and one of the people who attended these English groups that I conducted at my internship, he actually cross-stitched a whole thing for me, and it was these very beautiful lily pads and this poem as well. So just knowing that they really cared and supported me throughout my whole internship phase was really rewarding.
Living in China is just so different just because we live in Eugene. I'm sure if you lived in a bigger city, it would be pretty on par.
Getting to experience a new culture, fully experience a new culture because you're living there. So you don't just get to see the tourist parts of living in China, but you also get to experience actually what it's like to live in China.
So going to China and finding an apartment, roommates, knowing no one, it's quite the leap, and there's definitely a bit of a learning curve, but I think once you figure it out and kind of get comfortable in what you're doing, it's really something great.
So when I came to the UO, I was starting out in the 420 sequence, which is a whole year, and then during that summer I did Princeton and Beijing. I did, I think, 5th year, which is the highest one they offer at Princeton, and then when I came back I did Capstone 399 prep, and I also did the writing course, along with some other 3.0 classes, which is the culture courses. And then I also did tutoring along the way.
My freshman year, I took 445 and did that sequence. And then sophomore year, I did the Capstone Prep 399 sequence. And also I did extra tutoring to help improve my Chinese skills.
When I started as a freshman, I started in 399, Chinese 399, which is, I think, the Capstone Prep. And then honestly, I can't remember the exact sequence of classes that I took, but just different, advanced writing classes, I think.
After coming back from Capstone, I definitely was more outgoing. Coming into Capstone, I was a very shy person. I was scared of meeting new people and scared of new experiences. But after just kind of like jumping off the cliff and delving into this new experience, I felt like coming back, I could do a lot more and I would be fine meeting new people.
I feel a lot more comfortable speaking Chinese, and I feel like I can read more characters, I can write better. So if I were ever to have to use these skills again, I feel like I'd be more confident in them than I was before.
You get what you put in. As long as you put in a lot of effort in trying to improve your Chinese skills, you will improve your Chinese skills.
A lot of people that are participating in the program maybe are at a level of proficiency where they feel an hour, 2 hours a day isn't really improving them at the rate that they want to improve, in their language learning goals. And so I felt before the Capstone I may have hit a bit of a plateau, and then going to China and actually living there and learning for 10 months, really I just felt the improvement almost day by day.